would it be? What kind of plans would you have for the welterweight title?
Absolutely. Just winning this title is just the beginning. I mean, it's a chance to expose a continent. I mean, people don't really realize the size and the magnitude of Africa. I mean, we have everything in Africa, and people kind of condemn it and say, "Oh, it's a third world country and this and that, third world continent." There's a lot of poverty over there, but a lot of the resources that we use all over the world is from Africa. Now imagine when we go back there and now we start to kind of dig into that continent. I mean, big plans for that country and that continent, and I believe the UFC sees that as well because we've got look at the Africans that are in the UFC. We have maybe 5 right now in the UFC, and look how well they're doing. So it's just a matter of time, but it starts March 2nd once I'm the new welterweight champion of the world.
I don't think Tony deserves to fight Khabib, but
how does he not deserve to fight Khabib? What are you talking about?
Bro, he doesn't, man. He sucked.
Look at his winning streak.
Brother, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what streak. Like, but Khabib will fight him. But at the end of the day, I think Tony Ferguson is like a white sheep. He have no spices to it, no character to it. He got a cheap ass sunglasses on. That's what he represent. He represent nothing. Tony Ferguson represent nothing. This guy Connor, he represents something. He represents the biggest piece of shit scumbag in the whole planet, right? That's who he is. What's Tony present? He's like a blank piece of paper. It's boring, But he's a good fighter. But I think he's over. He's over his time. His time has passed. He's old. He's slow. That's it.
Israel Adesanya, one of the most exciting talents in the sport. You were just talking about him a second ago, taking on Anderson Silva. This has been a sort of a point of debate, I think, on this show and other ones. It's like, of course, everybody has respect for Anderson Silva, truly one of the greats of the game. But the question is sort of what he has left at this point. Adesanya is still in his 20s and just running through people. What do you make of this matchup? How competitive in the end do you think it will be?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't think it will be. I mean, from watching Anderson Silva's last few fights, he just looked he wasn't the same. I think whenever he broke his leg, when he fought his shin, when he fought Weidman, took a lot out of him. I mean, he was out for a very long time. And he just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't have that drive or that timing like he used to have. He just felt very, very slow and just didn't have that timing like he used to. I've spent some time with Anderson Silva and Lyoto Machida when they were training at Black House in California. This is before I was in the UFC. I was looking for management, and my brother-in-law, Carlos Machado, knew the guys over there at Black House. So I spent a few weeks up there training with Anderson, and which was a dream come true for me. Me being coming from a karate and kickboxing background, Anderson Silva was like my idol, and Lyoto Machida, especially with his karate background. And from sparring with him and seeing him then, and to see him his last few fights with Bisping, and I forgot who else it was, there's a difference. There is a big difference. I think Israel's going to go out there and school him. I mean, it would be cool. I think it would be very cool.